just about to go live here. We are live. I guess we're pre-recorded, right?
I don't know.
So
Is
welcome to the We Adventure Northwest show.
Hi.
I'm Wes.
Wes.
And next to me is the intern.
Hi, everybody.
Now, if you're a Patreon, what do you get?
You get to see us on YouTube and also... Actually, no, you just get to see us on Patreon. Like, we upload it to YouTube and then we just send it over to Patreon. So you have to pay to see our faces.
Yeah, but it's only like $5, right?
Congratulations, you get to see our faces.
No, $5.
Mm-hmm.
$5.
Yeah, it's hardly anything.
Yeah, nothing. And you get to see all the antics that happen, the interactions that happen.
The looks.
Uh-huh.
Those are few and far between.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
You get to see us drink beer.
Beer.
Who doesn't like to drink beer?
Oh, we have two different ones today, too.
Mm-hmm.
You must have gone for bubble wrap.
I did. Crux. That's what's on the porch today.
I went for the one that was in the fridge today.
Nice.
You know, mixing it up.
So, like I said, you can join us on Patreon and see us live. If not, stay tuned for the show. We've got some good stories, some updates, and...
I almost died of fuel fumes earlier today.
Oh, so, yeah, well, back that up a little bit.
Sure. Why don't you pin that, and let's talk about you, the girlfriends, the whole intro.
Oh, yeah. So if you're new to the show...
Is anybody new? Are we still getting new listeners?
Yeah, we always get new listeners.
Hey, everybody.
So I have a set of girlfriends, NGs, new Gs, OGs. There's about 6 of them, right?
Yeah.
So they started out with
You're
3
growing
of
your
them.
harem.
Yeah, and they're the only people I text, and all we do is text about either dirt bikes or giving each other shit.
Yeah, the next ride you're going on, or...
So we what's the word?
Banter?
Banter?
Sure.
We banter each other?
Banter back and forth?
Yeah, for sure.
You trash talk?
Trash talk. We do a lot of that.
Hey, I don't know if anybody on Patreon notices, but you got a haircut and mine got bleached. Just want to point that out. It's still the same people.
It is.
You just have shorter hair.
I just have really short hair now.
Mine's finally longer than yours.
Yeah. For a long time, mine was way longer than yours.
It is true.
Anyways, so
did you take off your glasses?
What?
No.
I took my glasses off because there was such a light glare.
Right.
So,
beer on the porch. What are you having? We already talked a little bit. Crux what?
Bubble wrap.
Okay.
Delicious. What are you drinking?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, you might.
It was a single can.
Okay.
In the fridge.
So it's cold.
Yeah.
That's what you're drinking.
I'm drinking cold beer today.
Cold beer.
Yeah.
Oh, always good.
I've already done some YouTube videos today with wine, so I'm already ready to go.
All right.
I don't need any beer, so I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna sip slowly. What?
Yeah. No. So, what should we start the program about today?
Well, should we start off telling everybody why I almost died of fumes this afternoon, or do we need to back up further than that?
The studio does kind of smell like exhaust fumes right now.
We have the $20 candle from the $100 store going, but it's not helping. And I got all the
windows open, and that's not helping.
I wondered if that's why the windows were open. Like, did you recognize? You were like, "Ooh, that's a bit strong."
Long story short,
your cat came upstairs with dilated pupils.
I know. So did I think. So I keep the bikes downstairs in the basement. That's where I work on them, have a little shop down there. I don't usually fire them up, but...
Not in the house.
I just got... we just finished up on the Baja build.
Right.
So the 450's done. Looks really good.
Oh, my gosh.
Really good.
She looks brand new.
Yeah, well, it basically is brand new.
Right. Yeah.
So we put these Nitro Moose inserts in the tires, and we're using STI tires. Thank you, STI. And and then nitro mousse. Thank you. We're using those because we don't want to get any flats when we're down in Mexico.
Okay.
And so they're just a foam insert that go in the tire. Well, the front one went on fine.
Hold on.
That's my look.
Back it up.
Mm-hmm.
A foam insert. Are we talking like a pool noodle? Are we talking... What does this foam insert look like? I know we've talked about tubeless tires,
like
which, surprise, there's a tube.
Yeah. It looks like a pool noodle. So
Noodler?
there's no noodle.
Whoa.
So there's no inner tube in it.
So if it goes flat.
It's
Okay. So what's the difference between a foam insert and a tubeless insert?
A tubeless.
Are your allergies bugging you again?
It just has a small. So the tubeless system has a small. I don't know. It's maybe an inch in diameter inner tube inside your inside that fits on the rim.
Okay.
That when you put it in high pressure, it expands, and all its job is, and it's. I'm not kidding you. It's about this big around.
Okay. That's what she said.
Maybe as big as my thumb.
Oh.
And all it does is sets the bead. Okay, so it seals.
Okay.
The bead.
So the bead is in between the tire and the rim.
The bead is the edge of the tire.
Right. And the
that
rim
goes in the rim.
Right.
And it seats it so it can hold air.
Okay.
So then there's a big void in there where the inner tube used to be.
Right.
But now that's just air. It's just like your car tire. It's a tubeless tire.
Okay.
Right? So if your tire goes flat, it goes flat. Right.
Right. There's nothing holding it.
The advantage to that is I can regulate my air pressure from 15 pounds down to 0, and I can run 0 pounds of pressure.
Still seated.
I
Okay.
don't pinch a tube, and so what I do is it gives me extra traction.
Right.
So, and that's the reason why I go with...
I had to hold myself back from saying that's what she said.
The reason why I run tubeless on the KTM is totally for traction.
Okay.
I'm not interested in whether I get a flat or not. It's totally...
So you can adjust
the maximum
how much
of traction and tread that I can put on the ground.
Depending on where you're at and what the conditions are.
Yeah.
Because you'll run different air pressures even here at the house, depending on how much moisture we've got and how slippery the ground is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the mousse inserts, the reason why I'm putting those in, that's like having an inner tube in there, but it's a solid core.
Okay.
I'm not as concerned about traction and regulating that air pressure as I am. I don't want to be 200 miles in the middle of the desert and have a flat tire.
Okay.
And that's the difference between a mousse insert.
This makes a lot more sense because when you first started talking about it, I'm like, this doesn't. Why are you doing this? So, depending on where you're riding and what access you have to one, the trailer, or two parts like a tubeless insert, you're looking at this foam insert is more of going to keep you inflated regardless of what you hit.
Yeah, it'll never
not regardless, but
never deflate.
Right.
It'll always be. I think the ones we have are they're supposed to feel about like 12 pounds of pressure, I think.
And this is going to be good for Baja.
And
what about China Hat?
Yeah, for sure. It'll be good there too.
So is it specifically for like a rougher terrain? What is it set for? At 12 pounds,
I would say the desert guys are using these.
Okay.
I've heard of the guys using them on single track, but it doesn't work for me on single track. I want that tubeless so I can adjust.
You can
my
adjust
air
as you
pressure
go
because I'm going over wet roots and rocks and logs, and I need that traction.
It's unpredictable, so you want to be able to adjust it as you get there.
Right. And
sorry, wine's kicking in.
And so the inserts, if I run over a cactus and get a big thorn in there, nothing's going to happen. It's
no big deal.
There's just going to be a thorn in there.
Well, wouldn't it do the same thing with a tubeless?
Well, no, because I could never hold the air pressure then. Because in the tubeless, I still have air pressure in there. It still holds.
Okay. I think this is going to
4
be
or
a
5
side
pounds.
conversation because
Yeah.
I guess I still don't understand the whole tubeless option versus a tube. If you can still pop it, why have it?
The tubeless?
Yeah.
Um,
I love your side look like, really? We've gone over this.
yeah, we just went over this.
Okay. We'll go over it offline.
Yeah.
Like, not on the podcast.
Because you're making me
it's fine.
dizzy.
I'm sorry.
And I'm already dizzy.
It's because of the fuel
I know.
fumes.
And so the problem is
yeah.
with
Give us sparkle.
these inserts, I put the inserts in. The front tire's seated, but I can't get the rear tire.
So is that what
to
you were doing
seat.
downstairs?
So, yeah, I'm looking
Okay.
at different options. Moose says to drop the tire from about waist high or whatever and bounce it on something hard, and it should pop the bead on,
Okay.
and it should seat it.
Okay.
And, yeah, that it should, but it's not. And then I looked on YouTube, and they said, you can fire the bikes up and put it in gear and rev it up and spin it,
Okay.
and that will push that. The centrifugal force will push that bead on.
You were revving it pretty good.
I know.
I could
and
hear
I
it.
was trying, and it was like the dangerous speed wobble, and I couldn't get it to seat. So I don't know what I'm going to do next.
You're going to have to
I
call
got to figure
Keith.
out. Yeah, I already did, and so we got to sit down and figure that one out.
Okay.
Because we're heading over east side next week.
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we'll have
Which
to
is
see what
probably
goes
when
on.
this podcast will go
Probably,
live.
yeah. So, yeah, we'll probably be over there running it,
Yeah.
shaking it down, doing the test on it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to see the bike, head over. Do you want to tell people where you're going to be?
Yeah, so we'll be, well, it's kind of hard to say because we'll be about 26 miles east of Bend, Oregon,
Yeah.
out there in the desert. And it's a place called East Fort Rock. We all call it China Hat because there's a hill out there that looks like China Hat.
You'll see the
And-
trailer. Like, you
Yeah,
can't miss the WEadventure.
Well, it's a huge area. It's so I will tell you, we will be probably north of the 2510 camp spot.
Okay.
Will be the next one up, maybe. I don't know for sure, but we'll be somewhere out there in that 2510 area.
I know you won't have any cool giveaways because the intern hasn't been in the basement.
No.
So no T-shirts. Sorry, guys. I got to be better
No
about getting in the
T-shirts.
basement before you go on these.
And we won't be around much. We'll be
True.
testing this bike, so it's kind of a real shakedown kind of.
That's what you guys are calling
weekend.
it, right? The shakedown weekend. Figure out
Yep.
what. And
Yep.
the NGs are going, and Zach from the new G or the OGs are going. So you have
Yeah.
a mixture this
Yeah.
time. I like it.
And
You're blending families.
Yeah, and then one or two of the old G's might come over for one day.
Who?
I think Seth and Shannon said they might run over.
Well, that's cool.
But like I said, I don't know if you guys can find us. Just drive around. It's our normal spots, so I imagine you can find the trailer.
If you see the Wii logo,
yeah.
that's where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than next weekend, are you going to ride the bike much here, or are you going to pretty much just save it for Baja in November?
Pretty much saving it.
Have the dates changed at all with everything that's
Not for
going
the
on?
1,000. The 500 has, but the 500. I'm going to be in Idaho
When?
with the OGs.
With
So
the
I was working on the
originals?
KTM today to get it kind of tuned up. I have a few things I need to do with it.
Okay.
So hang on to your visa.
Who's Visa?
Oh, you don't have a visa?
Oh,
Because
great.
we're going to need that. Because I have a few parts I need to buy.
Hey, accountant Jim.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I know these bills on these bikes just keep adding up. Stacking up.
Did you mention the www.patreon.com/WEadventureNW?
No,
Head on
but
over
you
there
just did.
to support all of the adventures.
Not gonna lie, we need cash.
those-
No.
I mean, I'm not retiring in 2 years
no.
or a year. Just
So
you
anyways, yeah. So we'll do that. So yeah, that's the reason I had to run the bike in the basement. So that's the reason why we're all sitting a little here, a little tipsy.
are. A little high, high on fumes.
Yeah, our pupils are a little dilated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your hair is a wreck.
It really is. I feel like this is like quarantine hair. Whatever.
Yeah, so what do you think about that quarantine?
Ugh.
Oh, God. And don't even get me started on
No.
that thing.
No, don't. So what else have you got? This is going to be like the shortest podcast in history.
So. We had, I forgot to be wiggling the mouse.
You got to wiggle the mouse. That's your job.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Wiggle that mouse.
So we had a nice weekend the other weekend. We had a few of the NG Baja guys out with their families.
Yeah.
And made some serious single tracks in the tall grass.
Yes. Well, the lawnmower's been down, so the grass is like, I don't know, 8 inches tall.
Yep.
If we lived in town, it'd be an ordinance violation, but we don't.
Yeah. The kids had a lot of fun.
They did.
They spent a lot of time just burning up the fuel.
They did. And I benefited because they organized my washi tape as well when they got tired.
There you go.
They're like, we're hungry and need a craft. And I'm like, here you go.
Yeah. So that was the day we brought the Baja bike back out.
Yes. If you missed the pictures on Instagram, it's like a modeling session.
Jump on the Instagram, yeah. We keep that up.
Yeah.
And then Keith brought 450 out that he'd been working on.
Mm-hmm.
He's been working on for quite a while.
Yeah.
And he's got it all street legal.
It's pretty cool.
And yeah, so it's doing good.
I hope you weren't thinking that you were going to street legal yours. You know how I feel about the deer, right?
Your secret is safe with how it started.
What?
Keith.
What?
Oh, hit a little trouble. Hit a switch out bikes.
When?
Yeah.
Out here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, am I going to license mine? Yeah, I actually have to. I have to get that thing registered, licensed to take it down to Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to ride it on the road?
No. Oh, the intern says no. I'm going, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you could.
Maybe.
Sure. Hashtag single.
Single.
Yeah. Single track.
I'll ride slow.
Doesn't matter.
I'll ride slow.
Deer run fast. And where we live, there's lots of deer.
Yeah. I rode motorcycles out there all the time. Into town. Doing fine.
Sure.
So anyways, no, we had a good group out. Had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Gosh, we had... I've got this story. And
what?
I love... it reminds me of me when I was this age.
Wait, what story?
A little... I'm not going to mention his name because I don't think it would be good to put his name on. But one of my friends, his son was out, and he rides a little...
They all ride Hondas.
Yeah, they all bleed red.
Sure.
I want to say it's a 100.
Okay.
CRF 100.
Yeah.
And so he wanted.
Oh, is this a creek crossing story?
He wanted to go riding with me and do a little single track, and we have a little single track around here. So
a little.
We did a little easy single track, but there's one section. Just one section that you have to cross the creek.
Right.
And for all you guys that have done water crossings, they get a little bit intimidating.
Well, especially your first one.
Well, yeah, but even depending on how big the creek or the river is, I still get a little intimidated because you don't know what's under there. You really can't see,
Right.
how big the rock is. They're all slippery. So anyways, which I've always had good luck. I think I've only put it down once in a creek crossing, and that was my own dumb stupidity. But
did you overthink it?
That's another no. That's another day, another story. But anyways,
well, you may as well tell it.
No, that was a long time ago. So we're going out, and we're at this creek crossing. And so what we do is I go across first. It's a little creek crossing, maybe it's probably like 9 feet distance across it. It's not too bad, right?
Okay.
So I get across it. It's got a pretty steep. It's about a 3-foot tall bank to go down.
Ooh.
Into it.
Oh, to go down. Okay.
Yeah, and then about a 2.5-foot exit. Comes up.
Right.
They're easy. They're nice slopes. They're not, cut off banks. It's a nice, easy slope.
Okay.
Almost like a ramp.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
I feel like that was
I
a hint.
sat across, and I tried to pull my bike far enough ahead where he could just ride out and then just stop where I was.
Right.
So the ground's soft. I didn't have a tree around, so I just laid my bike on the ground.
Sure.
And
my dad would have had a conniption that you didn't use your kickstand. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, and in soft soil, they'll just go right down to the bottom. Your bike's going over anyways.
Yeah.
So I put the bike down, and I went over to the edge of the water, and I'm on one side, and he's on the other. And I can tell he's a little bit timid, little scared of it.
Was this his first water crossing that you know of?
That I know of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to go down that hill and then the water crossing. And he wasn't sure how deep the water was. And I was trying to explain to him the water's only about 3-4 inches deep. It's not bad.
But you can't see the bottom, so
you can't
that
really
is a
see
little
it. Yeah,
intimidating.
and it's kind of moving
I can
fast.
understand that.
You couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And so I see him get ready to go.
Right.
And he shuts it off or kills it, one of the two.
Oh, no.
And he's thinking about it. And I'm trying to tell him it's okay. Just let the bike go where it wants to go. And at the end, you'll correct it.
So loose arms.
And,
you want to
and
just
you'll get it out of there.
arms it. Right.
And I
Right.
said, you just want to go through it. Put your feet down if you want. It's fine, too. But, take your time. Go easy.
Don't gun it.
Don't gun it. Just make sure it's a nice, easy throttle through.
Right.
And keep your hand on your clutch so you can feather your throttle. And
Right.
so he's on the other side, and he finally gets the nerve up, and it's been too long.
Oh, no.
And if you guys all know about the been too long, you've obviously psyched yourself out.
Right.
And I make a point to, whenever I get an obstacle like that, I never sit and think about it. All I do is
that's because you have in the past.
I have
and
in
it's
the
ended
past, yeah.
unwell.
And
unwell?
So
Badly?
I try to teach people to do what I do, and it's just quickly pick a line, stick to that line, and go with it.
Right.
And don't overthink it.
Right.
So he overthought it. And as soon as he got ready to go, he kick-started the bike again, and I could just see it in his eyes what was going to happen. He let that clutch out, and he's sitting on top of the bank, so he still has to drop about 3 feet in. He just went about wide open, dropped the clutch.
Oh, no.
Came flying. I don't even think he touched the bank.
No. Oh, no.
Hit the water.
Yeah.
Full throttle. In fact, he was going through the water so fast, and the splash from going through it was so tall. It was over his head. So I really couldn't see.
But it's only a
much
few
of him.
inches deep, so he must have been.
And he had that wide open, and he still had it wide open.
Oh, no.
When he exited the creek.
Oh.
And he hit that.
We all know where this is going.
He hit that 2.5 foot exit that's more like a ramp, launched that bike, and he launched it. He was still in the air when he passed me. And
Not good.
No, and remember, my bike's in the middle of laying in the middle of the trail. So he lands just about at the end of my bike and doesn't have time to stop.
Oh, no.
And so...
Did he pile up on your bike?
He started riding up. The bike went up on my bike. And I think instead of still goosing it and riding it out, he panicked.
Because he was on your bike.
And stopped the whole thing there on my bike. Fell down.
Oh, no.
But the oh, no part is he fell down on my bike. Now, that might not be a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, your bike's fine. It's all just plastic and metal.
Even it affects even the youngest of us. But if you have a foot peg that's standing straight up in the air, and your groin hits that foot peg, ow, yeah. And I'm even sitting there going, "Oh, you okay, little buddy?" That hit hard.
Oh no!
So,
was he okay?
He collected himself. It took a minute. Took maybe a few, and
yikes!
He kind of did the Indian rain dance and the groin dance and
the walk it off.
He did. He was a trooper,
man.
So he did. He landed on my foot peg.
Okay, so. Not to get too graphic, because you could.
Yeah.
Was he okay?
He was fine.
So what kind of advice would you give to a new rider who is at a creek crossing or a river crossing? It's just a few inches deep. You're psyching yourself out because you can't see the bottom because it's dark water. What would you recommend? Would you recommend, like, walking across first? Would you recommend parking your bike and, like, checking it out?
I might have. That would have been something good. I probably made a mistake. I should have just walked him across it.
Let him know.
Walk it and let him see. And then,
how deep it is and how slick the rocks are.
And then maybe we should have brought the bike down to the water.
See, I think...
Rode it across.
I think in another life, I think you were a dirt bike, like, teacher for kids. Because you have such good patience with the kids that come out to the house and that ride.
Oh, and I love to teach them.
I know you do. That's one of your many, many passions.
Don't get me wrong. I like to ride, and I need to ride.
Sure. You did take off for a little bit.
I did. But I still like to hang out with the kids and teach them new skills and get them to the next level. Because I want to see them out with us on those trails.
Because they're pretty much the next generation of riders. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that was our creek crossing story.
That's a little scary.
Sorry,
I'm glad everybody was okay.
Yeah, we're all okay.
So what kind of preparations do you have in the pipe? I don't know. For next weekend, what all do you need to do before you leave?
I get the trailer ready.
Okay. Since did you tell everyone about the rat fiasco?
My God.
Jeez, Louise.
I think I did. We had a pack rat in the trailer.
An actual pack rat. Like, it's the size of Wes's foot.
I think we did.
Wes doesn't have small feet.
I may put the picture up. The thing was bigger than my foot.
Yeah, it was huge.
And it was living in there. Only for a short
time.
Not only
but living
just
in
long
there,
enough
but
to
like
do a lot of
wrecked
damage.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, we had to get new pots and pans and silverware. And remember, it ate all the plastic off the spatulas?
Yeah, that was the easy parts.
Well, you can tell people the hard parts.
Yeah, the hard part was it destroyed some of the cabinetry.
Yeah.
Destroyed
the bed.
wiring.
Yeah.
I had to tear walls and ceiling apart in that thing just to fix the wiring.
But on a good note, you got a really cool bedspread out of it. Because we had to get all new soft goods. Yeah, we had to get all new soft goods for the trailer. So anything that was plastic, wood, I think
we pretty much had to gut the trailer.
The whole thing.
It killed it.
Yeah, it was a little gross. So food, what else do you need? You're going to have to make me a list so that I can do an order. Just normal stuff
food,
that you need. Beer.
Silverware. Oh, we don't have any silverware in that thing anymore.
Oh.
Because the pack rat got it.
Gross.
So we need silverware.
Yikes.
And
make a list.
Yeah, I gotta go sit out there and make a list. Maybe I'll have a beer and sit out there.
That's a good idea.
So,
is there anything else you wanted to add? I know we're short on this one. It's a short podcast, but we're kind of like in between talking about the Baja build, the Baja ride this weekend. I'm sure we'll have more information the weekend after this when you get back to see how the bike performed.
Yeah, and I think the next show we've got is there'll be one more show before the shakedown. Describe it, because I want to talk about a little area, a little gem that one of the OGs and I ran out, and we hadn't been there for years. And the next podcast will be on a little gem that we ran into.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So with that,
head on over to Patreon. Support the adventures.
Yeah, and fuel and bike parts. And
send us your stories about riding.
Oh, I almost thought you were going to say send us your Visa card.
Oh.
Visa
oh,
number.
Wow. No, that's called fraud.
Oh.
I deal with that at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, don't send us your Visa card. So. You can send us your money using your Visa card, but please don't send us your Visa card.
Yeah. So the money on the Visa. That's all I'm asking for.
Right.
Is that too blunt?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got it all.
Yeah, get out there. Support us.
Tag us in your pictures of things that you're doing. If you're not an indoor pet like me and you're like outside doing stuff, tag us in your pictures at WEadventureNW.
Yeah, and I always say that's my email too. And just get on there. You can contact me through that, or you can contact me through Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Mm-hmm. But give me the places that you like, that you enjoy to ride.
Sure.
Because I would love to go out there.
Somebody's hoping to retire in a year.
For sure. And, some people got me into Idaho, mentioned Idaho. And it's like, okay, well, we'll start checking Idaho out. And it's been this huge gem that...
Yeah. Well, you guys are going back this year with the OGs, the original girlfriends. You guys are heading out on Mancation.
Moab, and I still have a spot in my heart for Moab.
Yeah.
But this place in Idaho we've been going to, guys, it's incredible. There's so much riding.
Which is coming up in July, right?
Yeah, it's just coming up in a month or so.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. I love it. So, with that.
Yeah.
Tune in on our next show.
Right.
What?
Not Corona. Sorry. I know.
Don't even go
Sorry.
there. Don't even go there with me. Okay. So, guys. I want to leave you with this show by saying always have fun and safe adventures, but get out there and just do them. Don't wait. I got Miss Corona over here. Miss COVID, Miss COVID-19. Yeah.
You know, this is the only time in my life that when I cough, I'm like, I'm sorry.
OMG.
I'm sorry.
You're a freaking train wreck.
I am.
Let's close this show with a toast.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Be safe. Tune in. See ya.